Probably the night
Good
before.
point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
How has Monami not seen it, Monokuma?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
That says mossballs, not mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs.
Oh, there we go.
I just enjoy looking at them.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Not quite.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in the movie, I should be able to explain that now. To mix up the killing
I
order?
see.
Yeah.
The
That would
reason
do
the
it.
killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
But we didn't cram beg.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Whatever, Gundam.
What a jerk!
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look.
Impossible,
Ibuki's
so it's more of a
body
jerk than me.
right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed.
Interesting way of putting it.
How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
Walking?
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Yeah, seriously, Gundam, you're talking to hamsters. Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? Okay, we're going to a non-stop debate. Well, I mean, I suppose this is the right
When
thing.
Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
No, didn't have to.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yep,
I agree with that.
there is. Well done, Sonia. 1 gold star.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Exactly, and I doubt she'd step through it.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki
Yep.
stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye.
Oh jeez, Gundam, why are you trying to get into this argument.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Yeah. Does that mean that you're arguing with me?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
That's a good line. I should use that one day.
But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Just
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However,
Jesus Christ.
the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
God damn it, Gundam. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Rebuttal. It's the crazy man.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime
Jeez.
scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there.
Shit, I fucked it up.
Just a see a nice nightmare.
Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Is this a
You're
trap?
saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step
Shit.
on blood that was never there. Just about one see a nice nightmare.
Okay. I missed it again, but this time I'm actually at the line I need.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on
Yes,
the
there
floor.
was.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Jeez. That's what I was driving at.
The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
I like this one. It was just like, oh yeah, no, you get it in the first step. In the first step, like, wait, what?
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
Which is interesting.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Makes sense.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Yeah.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Yep.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Still,
Aside
there would
from
be
Mika,
enough blood.
none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe that heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
Yeah.
Time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Probably
Then
somebody.
it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
It's like, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
True.
Can't you just shut up and back
But
off?
still. Just give it a break.
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Sure.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Yeah, unfortunately.
If the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh. Suicide.
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think
That's the
about
thing,
it.
though.
A
That's the thing,
suicide
though.
means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Because it'd be fun.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, that's the thing.
I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
Yeah.
She was afflicted by the despair disease,
That's the
remember?
thing, though.
That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Exactly.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
No, that's not possible. Not with hanging.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
Not with Ibuki. No, that's not her style.
Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
You're weird.
What the heck? There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Oh. Huh.
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then
Yes.
does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Wouldn't be that hard.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't
But-
say it all proud.
God damn it.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
Yeah, they did.
So maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Which would be the people who don't have alibis?
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
No, there's not.
Cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then the video Hajime saw was actually live?
Yes.
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was just after.
Saw it at the
something,
hospital, right before
right?
Monokuma's
Just before.
morning announcement.
Just before something.
And I saw the body at the music video a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like a really bad operation. Now let's up debate. Oh jeez, I have a lot of accounts.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Yes, you can.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Okay.
Everyone at the motel is doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
guys. I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
I feel like that might be the one I'm gonna shoot. The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel is doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel does. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the
He
disease,
luckily does have.
if nobody has an alibi, then
No, that's
Well,
wrong.
somebody doesn't.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi.
Yeah.
In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Yes, we do.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Jesus Christ, why'd you have to say that out loud?
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Shut up, Kazuichi.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hachi.
Too much info.
Yeah, exactly. Too much information. Also, not how you guys imagined
Not
it.
like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
See, we're trying to find like the weakest alibi, yet we're not even halfway through the trial.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
Yeah.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Nope. But I know what you're gonna say.
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process.
You're gonna say it.
Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Gonna say it. The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap, set by one of us? If so, then who or whose? What kind of trap is it? Oh, we're heading to yep, we're heading to intermission. Cool. So now we're halfway through the trial. God, trials take so long.
Hiya!
Well, hello there, mon ami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Jesus Christ. Those two are something. Yes, let us save. We have a lot of work ahead of us for this trial.
I'm Monami.
Once
Again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this?
Because he's a jerk.
We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No, this definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this.
No, mon ami.
Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
I know, mon ami. Go away. Okay, back to the trial. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here.
Yeah, we're thinking Nagato. Shut up.
Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
Yeah.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
Boy.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
Maybe they tried.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Yeah.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
Even the
It's not
second
just
death
that.
is odd.
Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Quote unquote.
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Yes.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Are there any arrows on the island?
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning,
They would have kept with the way that the
they
killings
should
would
have
have
taken
been.
steps to properly imitate it.
Yeah.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
There's a
I'm
good chance.
saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
The first one was?
What?
Okay. Okay. It's making sense. Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Okay, well I think I have somebody else I can write off for damn sure now.
Strange details. Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Well, we have an explanation for that. Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Put away your hamsters! Why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, we need to find that out, no matter the cost. I have it, though! I know why! Where is it? No? Okay.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it. Maybe she got abducted by the killer. No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
God damn it. Where's the right
She was guided by the will of causality.
Shut up! Stop talking about the will of causality. I need to find out why Hyoko went to the music venue first.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Okay.
There's no way we'd know that!
Somebody I need to
Maybe
agree
the
with.
killer
I'll leave it
summoned
at
her.
this. No.
If that's not it. Maybe she got abducted by the killer.
Not abducted. Also, who's
No,
talking like this?
maybe. She went of her own free will.
That would be it.
Agree with that.
She had her key still, so. There we go.
It's just as Sonya said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
Exactly.
There's no way she got abducted?
No way of that
Hyoko
either.
locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
No, because the key was too hidden.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose.
Oh, come on. Akane, why? Why are you arguing, Akane?
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the day.
Why won't you just let me shine already?
It doesn't matter. If you're wrong, there's no point in shining.
That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Bring it.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Got the right sword.
I can't back down.
I will not lose. Ah, shit. I did fail.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into
This time
Hiyoko's
I can
room.
focus.
Forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
There we go. Cool.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
Yeah.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
Isn't right either. Okay, so we're working
There's
through
no
3
reason for the
levels
killer
too.
to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that
I guess
messed
I'm
up.
not supposed to cut it all.
She fought the killer.
Allow
No.
me to cut through those words.
It's not right at all.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Kyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono.
Exactly.
I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
That was a tough fight.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
How about no, no, and no, just for sanity's sake. Or not sanity's sake, but just for video's sake.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Kazuichi, I'm gonna punch you now. Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
That's a little bit harsh.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense.
Says Gundam, the guy who's wearing a scarf and some pretty cool
Do
clothes.
you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam,
How about
please
no?
stop! For his sake!
What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Jeez. It's a little
Even
harsh.
if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
Don't know if that's quite right.
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
But why would they use a blade to kill Hiyoko? Or a bladed item?
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Do you have any ideas?
Gotta be some reason, right?
Damn, you don't know the most important part.
Killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.